Hello everybody, here's Christian and this is the Teamwork Cast.
Feels good, man. It's getting hot.
Getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Well, Shepard is already way ahead of us in that.
I hope they just always offer this as an armor set in every game going forward.
Yeah, that's we can only hope. We can only hope. This is the Let's Play of Monster Hunter Generations, and today we are going to do a very big quest. It's going to be one of those thumbnails.
Yeah,
where it's just all the monsters.
It is the Hunter Games. It's from the proud tournament sponsor. We've got an intense lineup for everyone today. Foxes, beasts, fish, and even bugs. This gauntlet's sure to have challengers quaking in their booties. Well, have fun out there.
Let's go.
Off we go.
Okay.
Let's go. I
so.
still love those voiceovers, Cthulhu. It's always a great start.
Some of them are good. Some of them are hard.
Well, you know, it's an ongoing
What?
project of yours. What?
This map is in here?
Shepard is like, I have no memory of this place.
Oh, I remember this place, but I don't remember being in this in this version of the game. This place is all Unite style right here.
I think we were here already.
Yeah, we've been here before, but it's been a while.
So yeah, we're still our session after E3 2017, and we are still discussing E3 2017, where Monster Hunter World was revealed.
Yep.
And I have to say, like, something that I also really enjoy about Monster Hunter World, which I'm really excited to see how far they will push it, is this notion that you are actually hunting the monsters. You know,
yes,
Monster Hunter has turned into Monster Fighter over the years.
Yeah. Well, they actually talked about some of the fun stuff with that whole aspect. Like, and now you're actually tracking the monster, so you have these bugs that'll help you, like, point the way, but you'll, like, find tracks and saliva and stuff. But then on top of that, some monsters, you actually have to do specific things to lure them out.
So they don't just appear. You have to do something.
Right.
Kind of like Gobble, I guess, right? Gobble back in the day?
Right. Somewhat, but it'd be like a case of
frog.
like, oh, you need to bring some kind of prey into like Area 6 to get Monster Y to spawn. And so then you're having to like drag a smaller monster, or even like there's, I would assume for like maybe possibly some of the Elder Dragons and whatnot, you might even have to drag like a bigger monster to their area before they'll come out.
I love this. This is a great addition. And I think that there's another thing that is also added, where it's like after you found the monster, you still have like this stalking thing where there's apparently some kind of camouflage you can wear, like a ghillie suit.
They call it the ghillie suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that may not be the official name, but that's what they called it in the demo stream, right?
Yeah. And so yeah, like they're adding stealth mechanic. Basically, that is one of the ghillie suit is an item that they're referring to as mantles. So there's like the ghillie suit, which gives you stealth. There's another one that essentially provokes monsters. There's one that apparently they talked about but didn't actually show, that negates flinches and stuns. So there's a lot of additional. There's probably be even more, but it's an interesting little like cooldown buff. Like it's basically an item, like a arm ammo, like a demon or armor.
Yeah, it's not like an armor that you wear. It's like something additional on top of your regular armor that gives you additional properties. And they showed like how somebody used this ghillie suit to like sneak up to a monster and then mount it immediately. Like because that's something that's always confused me. Like in Monster Hunter, you have like the smoke bomb, and technically you can do this as well, but it actually never gives you any kind of advantage, really.
Yeah. Yep.
And this time,
with that, they showed it was really cool because it was like they used the ghillie suit to get to a ledge, at which point they used the little sling grapple thing to throw a stone, which drew the monster's attention next to them, and then they jumped on it from there. So it shows like how they're using terrain and stealth features to provide more tactics which is very interesting. And lots of terrain stuff to be used in the game.
So much terrain stuff. Something that also I really enjoyed, where it's like, you have to lure the monster underneath a ledge so you can do something, or the traps also seemed like way more like integrated into the environment, like some vines that are kind of like on the ground, or some.
But so the vine trap was an effect of it being toppled into a tree.
Ah, I see.
So it was basically like an additional thing there, and then later on in that trailer, you'll see that they used like their grapple slingshot to knock a big giant boulder that was hanging up above the map to fall on them and stuff. So they're adding a lot of terrain interactions.
And the monster at some point smashed some kind of wall, and water came rushed out and washed everything away.
Yep.
So that's also possible.
Yeah, they're just really adding tons of interesting terrain stuff, which they started adding terrain changes in 4.
Yeah.
But on a newer console with better hardware and everything,
It's also like when you design a game from scratch, instead of like building on top of existing infrastructure, it's easier to build those things in from the get-go,
Yep. But the sling is the one thing I don't know about.
Let us talk about the sling. So what Cthulhu, what is your opinion here?
This is the grappling hook?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a dual use item.
Yes.
It's your grapple, and then it's also acts as a slingshot. So you can use it to pick up rocks and stuff, and like it's basically the crossbow looking thing that you'll see that pops up on his arm occasionally during the trailer. But it's also the thing that he's grabbing on terrain with. And my biggest thing, my thing is like, do we really have to have Just Cause or Spider-Man and Monster Hunter?
Having played a good amount of Titanfall 2 multiplayer over the weekend, I'm going to say resoundingly, yes.
Well, I played a lot of ARMS, so I also wished we had like a new type of weapon.
So Cthulhu, the answer to your question is actually yes.
Yes to all of this.
Yes, we do. Yes.
I don't feel like the need to be Scorpion for Mortal Kombat all the time. Like
I kind of feel that way all the time.
I went Scorpion from everywhere in my game, in all of my games.
As for this thing, my initial thought is I don't like it, but of course when I'm using it, it could be different. Like I just
it seemed a bit goofy. It seemed like very video gamey.
So my biggest, as much as I've grown to enjoy them, my biggest complaint with Generations has always been Hunter Arts. I think they're just a little bit too over the top with how I like Monster Hunter.
They almost overshadow the regular fighting because...
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, I never used my Charge Blade. I never used my Charge X thing because I just built up my Energy Blade and then used that instead. Right.
And so, to me, that is that Monster Hunter World's big kind of over-the-top thing.
Let's see how effective it is. Maybe it actually integrates well into the environment. Maybe you're right. Maybe it becomes kind of like the thing to exploit all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see how they do this. Something that maybe speaks for it, like something that we noticed in Monster Hunter 4 is that like the added agility to climb over things and stuff like that. That adds like a lot of dimensions to Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Well, it does feel better just being able to kind of go up and down things.
Yeah,
and, like,
and
I don't
reposition
like,
yourself and. Yeah.
But they've really toned down from 4, and especially from 4U, the amount of times you can mount and topple a monster. Because for a while there, that felt like exhausting a monster and try, which you can recall, like almost like trivialized that game. Getting something exhausted, like they would just die. But like that Mitsu that we just fought, he didn't get exhausted at all that entire fight. Yep. Like it's like almost like something they forgot. Like, oh wait, these things are supposed to have stamina.
Oh wow, we're fighting two monsters at the same time?
This is how it's going to go. Okay, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Before we started, Shepard forgot that Plesioth existed in this game at all.
I did. I did. I really did forget he was a member
By the way,
his crew.
there's 2 monsters that they shown in the trailer, right? There was like this weird monster with a nose, the Tyrannosaurus monster. 3 monsters.
They showed the Anjaneth was the big one that they showed. Then there was another one that looked kind of like a Ludroth.
Yeah, so that was I didn't understand what was going on.
So that was another thing that they really showed, is that in World, monsters will actually eat other monsters.
That was amazing.
Versus going to a corpse on the ground.
Yeah.
Which that's part of the draw out. I'm pretty sure that's going to be part of like the draw out mechanic that they were talking about, where you have to do something to draw out a monster. Like, I could totally see that being the big case. Is like, oh look, you bring it here and then it comes out and eats that thing, and now you can fight it. So that's going to be a big one. And then they showed a new little type monster that looked kind of similar to like a prey style monster,
like a Jaggy or something.
Yeah,
I really like the Ludroth monster eating, because that's something I didn't understand visually what was going on in the trailer, but later in the extended footage you could see like it was like this gross, like like lizard like swallowing.
It was super gross.
It's great. Yeah. I love it. I hope to see more monster interaction. Like, we saw, obviously the big reveal was like Rathalos coming in and then interrupting the fight, and suddenly it becomes like a 3-way.
That looked like a was that a Rathalos or a Raytheon?
A Rathalos.
I think it was Rathalos.
Jeez, they really changed the way he looks, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well,
a lot of it has to do with lighting and stuff. Like, you can still see his big giant red, higher texture quality, but then because of the lighting,
he didn't really look red.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
I believe you.
desaturated. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like this vibrant Monster Hunter Tri kind of game anymore. It's a very
right. Well, I think a lot of it had to do with lighting, because it flew in underneath a ledge for shadows and everything. It's just like the game looks ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Like I recently upgraded my computer, and I'm just like, man, I'm glad this is coming on PC eventually, because I'll be playing it at like 144 refresh rate and
144 4K. I wonder if we get dual Titans, man. It's worth it.
You would need. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna spend more than.
There's not even a monitor out there that would do that, anyways.
Yeah.
The highest 4K goes. I don't think there's a 60.
Well, there's not a consumer monitor that'll do it. I'm sure if I wanted to really spend the money, I could find someone who has one that'll do it.
Get an experimental test monitor.
Yeah.
1080 at 120 hertz is fine by me. I am more than happy with that.
I didn't used to think it mattered that much, but then I upgraded my monitor recently. I'm like, oh wow, the things look really different at a higher refresh rate. It's kind of, I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, so we know that there's going to be multiple maps.
Yep.
Like always, lots of monsters.
There'll be like the jungle area. There'll be like a desert, Arctic.
I'm hoping
lava.
Lava.
This is regular
there will
magma.
be lava.
Magma.
This is gonna be my prediction, or not even my prediction, but my deepest, darkest desire is that Yama returns finally.
I don't.
Because think of what they could do with Yama when what they've shown with World. Considering you have grapples,
yes,
you could be like using the grapples to get the grapple onto his back,
okay,
or his tentacles.
Yes. Suddenly you like the grapples. When it's with Yama, you like the grapples.
Now it's okay.
I'm just saying, there's the potential there to actually make what some people consider one of the boringest fights in Monster Hunters more interesting.
He's got teeth.
Yeah.
How can that be boring?
You could use the grapples to pull his teeth.
Ooh.
That's
dentistry.
Okay, now I'm actually interested. You could use the teeth to craft new weapons. That's great.
Yeah.
But that's something that I thought was a bit sad, that we didn't see any of the UI, because I really wonder how the item management and stuff like that, because that is such a big part of Monster Hunter. But it's also, I think, what so often makes Monster Hunter very like inaccessible to newcomers. Like, oh, there's all these items, and how do I do things? What are these things even? And so by removing all the UI, they maybe I think they're trying to really make Monster Hunter like a very mainstream kind of title.
I think they're trying to I think they've started to know that there is a worldwide market for it, and they're trying to bring it more into a home market. And there are certain things you have to do for that.
Yeah, like it looks very much like like a Gears of War, whatever Uncharted kind of game where it's like, oh, you're in a cool jungle and fighting dinosaurs. But something that I noticed in a footage, there is like this weird thing that I was surprised by, where the monster hunter is like running through a cave or something, and then he grabs something off the wall, like a fruit or like a fungus or something.
So that's gathering.
But then he puts it like in his arm.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't put it like in his bag, but he actually inserts it into something on his arm immediately.
That's probably, so there's going to be some things where they'll be used with the slinger, which is the grapple hook slingshot thing.
Yeah.
So it may have been an item that provided, like they show like at one point them shooting like flame shots from the slinger. So it could be like the flame oil that he scraped off the wall for that or something.
Maybe. So but I was wondering if they streamlined some stuff, if they don't just pick up stuff and then you have to craft in the menu, but maybe some things are just streamlined, you just pick them up.
Yeah. I do know that they said that they have changed gathering animations, so they're not as annoying.
Yeah. Also, there's no longer the Superman thing when you're healing.
Yeah.
I wonder, because that's such an important part of the game, where it's like you don't have so much time to heal. So I wonder if it's just like slightly easier to heal now, or if it's like completely changed now. If you can just mash a button or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems they're eager to change things, and that's fine. Like, change doesn't have to be a bad thing. I think more people playing Monster Hunter is
change can be good.
Yes.
Yes. I may have the things that I want out of my old school stuff, but things have to change.
Changes. What about you, Shepard?
Oh, about like that stuff?
Yeah.
No biggie. I'm fine with that.
You're completely chill about all of the things that you saw.
Yeah, the important part about Monster Hunter is that it's still got the slow, deliberate, heavy combat that we like.
Yes.
It's still going to require more skill than Dark Souls, because Dark Souls has like permanent evasion +2 on all the time. Monster Hunter, you have to actually have either the skill or you got to actually count the frames.
Oh, shots being fired.
I love Dark Souls as well. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot to thank for Dark Souls. I mean, Dark Souls. Yeah. If it weren't for them, this game would not be getting the reception that it has in the West. I say it.
Oh yeah, I'll
guarantee.
Yeah, no. As well received as Dark Souls has been is the main reason Monster Hunter has a high definition console version coming. Yeah. Just straight up. If Dark Souls doesn't exist, Monster Hunter World doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. Because Dark Souls, like this very niche kind of game, had like this kind of crazy resonance. It became such an iconic game, like the dominating game in the West. I think that kind of encouraged people maybe to pursue similar strategies with Monster Hunter.
Yep.
No, we all got pooped.
I am a poopy person now.
Here you go.
I'm a Reddit commenter. I feel bad because there's a game coming out on another console. Boo boo boo.
That you're making a lot of friends with this kind of imitation.
I'm used to that.
Phil Brush.
This is how I roll.
I was gonna say, Shepard out of all of us should be the most used to it. With his like sleep bombing, like tear the community apart.
That's what I want to know. Is sleep bombing a viable strategy in the new game or not? I wonder if there's going to be people who's going to be like, oh, using grappling hook is not real Monster Hunter.
Real Hunter sleep bomb. That's what they'll start saying. It'll be like a complete reversal.
I have
classic Hunter slept bombed.
I have a lot of concerns with how the community is going to change because of the influx of
Xbox One X.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of new people coming in. It's like, I played Overwatch so far, and what is all of this?
I've been playing Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I'm the expert.
Yeah.
I say that, I just want to be very clear, I say that very facetiously because
yes.
people have been saying that since Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
It's always been like, what is that? There's like a sociology term for that, like gatekeeping. There's been such gatekeeping in this.
You feel like you own the community because...
Yeah, like, I've been playing since DOS, I've been playing since Freedom, I've been playing since Freedom 2, I've been playing since Freedom Unite, I've been playing since Try, I've been playing since Portable Third.
Oh, I've been actually thinking about this game way before it was released initially. So I'm actually
I used to draw dinosaurs and hunt them in my notebook.
Actually, my uncle works at Nintendo.
I spent over $5,000 on DLC armors for Monster Hunter Frontier, and I pay for an exclusive ISP in order to do so. You don't know Monster Hunter like I do.
Yeah.
So Phil Brush adds in the other thing that I'm really not okay with in the world, but it is going to be there. Damage numbers with weapon hits.
That's optional.
Oh yeah, that's...
No, it's optional, but with the way the Western gaming community is going to be, it's going to become
I thought it was only going to be your own damage, not everyone's damage.
No, it will be your own damage.
Yeah,
but
so
then
then
that's
just
going to
lie to people.
Listen, because then people are going to start building tiers of weapons, and if you're not using one of the top tier weapons, you'll start getting booted from rooms. And
but I mean, Cthulhu, all right, for us it doesn't matter because we're mostly just going to play with each other and people we know. No. So just play with people who don't care about that.
Yeah, but still, but
it's one of those things but that is a way that you deter new players.
Yeah,
is when the larger community is focused fully on that, it's a big turnoff to the community. It's the same reason like I would play League of Legends if I had a great group of friends to play League of Legends with, but I can't play with that community, so I'm not going to play League of Legends.
Yeah.
You can't use friends and the word great at the same time if you're referencing League of Legends. Everything about that game is toxic.
That's just one of the things that an example.
Yeah.
But it's just something
you're
that
writing
happened.
him.
Nice.
I'm just gonna keep the ride going.
It's just this whole concept of top tier min-maxing in Monster Hunter started happening the end of 3U, and it's really made the community less fun, in my opinion.
Nah, but people have been like that since Unite. Really, is when I really noticed it. Because even if the numbers aren't there, Cthulhu, people still know.
Yeah.
They still see that you don't have armor skills.
The tendencies are there, but they're maybe increased if the numbers are very prominent and visible.
I think it will be better because people will see if I have damage numbers on, I realize if I hit the head, I'm actually doing more damage.
I think
I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I mean, I'm not going to use them because unless I'm doing testing, I'm not going to use it. But I don't mind that they're there. It's fine.
I think the original intention of bringing the numbers was to make the game more accessible, because it's kind of that's with this one thing that make Monster Hunter very weird. You didn't feel like you're doing anything to the monster because there was no health bar. So you're not sure if you're actually making any damage and how long you have to fight the monster. The fights are very long. And for newcomers, that was often this weird, there was a break between how Monster Hunter worked and other games worked. So I think they're trying to make the game more open. But I understand that Cthulhu's concerns that it might leave the community open to be more obsessive about those numbers.
I'm hoping it won't be that.
Yeah.
I said, there will always be... There will be the groups that are going to be exclusive, and there's going to be the groups that will be just join up, who cares?
Yeah.
And then there'll be the groups in between that says hey, I would at least like to try and finish this quest.
Well, we are from Team Morkcast, and you probably know already what we think about those things and what kind of groups we prefer. So I hope you will join us next time around when we do those hunts again, and we're going to discuss more E3 stuff there, because there's just so much more to discuss. See you next time around, and as always, good luck and good hunt. Goodbye!
Poop like you've got speed set up. Brought to you by Squatty Potty.